Go.
Hey, okay, good. Well, welcome you guys to the Tuesday 20. We have had, these have been so great. And I love that the last few weeks, our topic has really been on sharing. And I feel like it's just the backbone of what we do. I mean, we share with people our story. We share with people how we, can potentially either help them or how it's impacted our lives. And people want to join our community, which is so awesome. And so today we are going to hear from some people that have done an awesome job with this, maybe some takeaways that people have had over the last few weeks, and maybe some tips, tricks they've kind of picked up. But I really want to just open the call with, talking about, well, first of all, we have a really cool incentive that's on the table. It's called the Leap Ahead. I know many of you guys are working towards that, but here's what I do know is I love that the incentives just rewarding behaviors we already do. We don't even have to put a focus on achieving the incentive if we're 5 and 1ing our business, which is what we're all in process of doing. We are going to actually reap the rewards, and the company is just going to reward us for doing something that we're already doing. So just like a reminder for you guys that if we start 5 clients with orders over 310 volume, which is how we start our clients anyways for success, we start those 5 clients this month, they're going to reward us with an extra $50 compensation, which is really nice, like I said, for doing what we already desire to do. Second is then if we start a new health coach, which essentially this time of year, and I think I want to speak to that today, but is sponsoring. And I don't even want to use the word sponsoring. It's just having people join our mission. You guys, we are simply not gonna eradicate the world of obesity with the number of health coaches that we have. We need more basically foot soldiers and missionaries out there spreading the word of what we do. And as we're helping 5 people create health in their life, they're naturally going to see that they're going to have results. They're going to have people in their lives that want results. And we're seeing that easily 2, 3 of those 5 are going to join us. And so if this month you're starting new coaches, some of you guys are new, and maybe it's your first client is going to be a coach and a client at the same time. If we assist them in helping their first client, and really what that looks like. Okay. So if we help them with, okay, hopefully that got it. If we help, am I echoing to other people? No, I'm okay. If we help them help their first client, which essentially that's what our program is we help others have success. Again, help them start their first client, that you're also going to be rewarded with an extra $50. How cool is that? And what I love is the one little piece that they added to this incentive is that for us to have, in order to actually be rewarded with those $50 bonuses, we personally have to have $150 personal volume. And, when I first saw that, I'm like, well, duh, don't we all already have that? But, I think what it really does is it just reminds us is that we have to put our own personal health journey first. And we have to kind of walk the walk and not just talk the talk in our business. And so, and I love that. So that's essentially how this incentive has kind of been laid out to reward us for what we're already doing. So before I pass it over to Brad, I want everyone to take out their map. I'm sure everybody has it right in front of them. And the part that I want to speak to today is where it says your top 10 health coaches. Okay, and sometimes we write those names in, and I don't know about you, but sometimes the same names are on that list month after month after month after month, right? Like we know who we really would love to join us on our mission. And I have a really long health coach list, but I'm always putting my top 10, like the people I think that are close. And what I want you to be able to look at is read the first name, and I would love for you to be able to answer this question. So, because we want to know where you're at in the process with helping these people, see what's possible for their lives, see if this is a good fit for them, and see if they're wanting to join us. So I want you to answer this question. I want you to be able to write next to that name, yes, no, or not now. And what that is do you have an answer from that person? Meaning, have you actually approached that person and said, do you want to explore health coaching? And if you've asked that question, they're a yes, which means that you have a 3-way call set up with you and your support team to share the benefits of coaching and explore that. If it's a no, that means you've asked them and they have currently said, no, it's not a fit for me. Maybe at this time, we all know no's are really just not nows. And then some are going to be maybes and not nows. And really, you should be able to just put a date or a next step for them. Like, what is your next step? Do you have a time set to follow up with them? Did they say maybe this spring? Maybe when, who knows? But do you know the next step? If you don't know the answer, something I really want to stretch you to think about is maybe, just possibly, you've really only layered with that person the possibility of them health coaching, and you really haven't approached them. And here's what a layering looks like. And we're all really good at this, including myself, to say things like you're having a great conversation with a client and you make the comment of like, gosh, I love that you said that to your friend. I think that's awesome. You sound like a health coach. You maybe like compliment them and you say, you'd be a great health coach. But do you see that I'm not inviting them to our party like Lisa Shepard talked about last week? I'm not inviting them to hear more. I'm not inviting them to explore it just by layering. Another great layering we use a lot is, they maybe say, there's a financial need, and you'll go, well, gosh, if you help 5 people, you would easily be able to cover the cost of your food, and we have a lot of fun. And then you just keep going on. Maybe you've layered that that's a possibility, but you didn't stop and pause to say, hey, would you like to set up a time to explore what that would look like for you? Okay, so a layer means you've brought it up. Maybe you talked about how fun it is, how much you love it, how great they would be. Maybe you've complimented them. But an approach means you got an answer, meaning you ask them, hey, like, I would love to partner with you. And an approach is really a genuine compliment. Like, why do you want them on your team? Genuine compliment. So this isn't a script. I can't say this or say that. My call to you would be is, what is it about that person that you love? And then genuinely tell them that they have a great personality. They're so fun to talk to. I know that, that they have great leadership skills, and we'd have whatever it is. Genuinely compliment them and say, I would love to explore what it would look like for you to health coach. And like, would you like to set something up and get an answer? A yes, a no, a not now, a maybe. Does that make sense? So if with those 10 people on that list, I'd really make a strong call to action to you guys today is to let's get answers for those people and have a very clear next step with what we're doing, and to move those people forward to make the best decision for their life and their choice of joining us potentially on this mission. And so I will say, if they say yes to explore, we're setting up 3-way calls with our support team. If you're brand new, and I know there's always new coaches on this call, it's like, oh my goodness, I don't even know how to approach. I don't know how to say it. Well, that's why we have celebration calls. Let's take those clients. Let's put them on a celebration call with your support team where they're going to do the approach for you. They're going to say, like, oh my gosh, you're doing so well. And it sounds like you have people in your life that are interested too. Has Jessica had a chance to talk to you about what it would look like for you to coach your friends and family? That's an approach. And they'll say, no, or yeah, or she hasn't yet. Would you like to explore that? And so we can do an approach on a celebration call. Okay, so want to give you guys key takeaways today. That the number one like exponential growth factor of our business is how many people are going to help us spread this word and this mission. Okay, so really look and pray of those people that are on your list on that top 10, and let's get out of our own way and let's approach them. And if it's new for you, you can approach them on your own and set up the call to explore it. We don't continue to do it then. If they go, yeah, I'd like to know more, great. When would be a good time? And you'd set that up, and then you'd connect with your support team to do that call with you. And if it's new to you, you can do it through a celebration call too. So hopefully that was clear. And but I feel like this is such a good season for people to join us and easily develop clients and easily get plugged in, and our systems are so awesome. And so I just really want to make a strong call to action as a great action step for you guys this week. So with that, Brad, I'm going to pass it over to you.
I love the reminder, and I love it's just a good reminder as we go into this time. It's a great time to sponsor people, because literally, like, people want health right now. I think it was Ashley was telling me about a report couple days or a few days ago, it was like the #1 day, the highest percentage of people were giving up on their New Year's resolutions. Well, like we're having like massive success in people's health. So this is like the time where we want to be exploring that with people, and how great that we have an incentive on top of that. So great tips from Susan, and literally just boiling it down to this week, what I would encourage everyone to do, what I'm doing before I go to Go Global, is I'm looking at my favorite potential coaches, and I'm basically looking at there's either a client celebration call so we can move that forward, get connected, integrate that culture, or straight up just exploring coaching because we've talked about it, and I'm just going to set up a time to actually do that. So it's one or the other. Either way, it's a 3-way phone call with your support team, and we're moving everyone forward. If you guys do 3 of them this week, literally, and that's the thing that we do each week. That's a great reminder. So, Susan, thank you for the great tips. And basically, we're coming off of a really good focus on, we spent the last few weeks focusing on how to do quality shares and share our story and get connected and what to do with those little nuances. So I could talk all day long on this, but there's so many of you guys doing the do. I'd like to open it up for 2 or 3 people to just share like either one thing they really learned from the last few weeks on how to share, something that they implemented that worked really well, or one of the scenarios they learned from somebody that they did and it was like super awesome. So who wants to jump off first and share something that went really well? Sheridan, yeah, do it. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yep, you can hear you now. Go for it.
Okay, awesome. I had something I feel like it's going really good. It's again in just that positioning of the 3-way call. One of the newer coaches that really hasn't done very many celebration calls, what I had her do with 2 like brand new clients is her first initial check-in. She said to them, yeah, so we checked in this week and you're doing amazing and you're doing great. And because you're doing so great, my mentor wants to get on a call with you next week. That's just what we do. We get on a call this next week to talk about, she just wants to meet you and see how you're doing. So I did 2 of those calls with somebody. It was just their second week on plan. And I feel like that was such a good way to just talk about coaching, talk about referrals, and then also like we followed up on a thread. And I wouldn't say that those people were like super, it was just planting a seed. And I feel like that coach had help to do that. And I think it worked perfectly because those people were like, yeah, I'd never thought about it. And one started naming people that she would like to help. And so I think it's just, the more you can do that with your coaches and even for yourself, it really does open a lot of doors to that conversation.
Oh, Sheridan, I love it. I mean, you can just see the total difference there. It's either one-on-one coaching and they only see their coach and they don't see how they can be their coach. But now you're coming in week number 2 and just showing that, one, it's a model and there's multiple layers of support, and you're showing another person that we're just doing this all together. So you can see that one route goes this way really quickly and one route goes this way. Which route do we want to go? So I love that simple reminder. Week 2. And, I normally say you can say whatever you want for support. I usually just say, hey, I just want you to meet my health coach. Like, even though my health coach is Terry Miller and, probably one of the most like awesome business leaders of this company, I just still call her my health coach. So you can say whatever you want. There's really no wrong way to do it, but there's just some different examples of verbiages that you can use. Sheridan, great tip. I know a lot of you guys had shared some different things with me that worked really well with just some of the ways you shared and some of the things we implemented from the tips the last few weeks. Anyone want to dive in and share something that really worked as far as a share or something they did that worked really well? Susie, go for it.
Yeah. So kind of piggybacking off of Sheridan's a little bit, I've just really been utilizing, like she was saying, the 3-way calls, but also really focusing on creating that community with my clients. So that's been huge for me. I feel like I'm actually, like, my clients are becoming some of my closest friends. Like, I'm seeing some of these people on here right now, and there were clients that are now coaches out there, and seriously, it makes me like get all teary-eyed because I just am really loving that community. I feel like that's what's bringing everybody together, and that's what's bringing our clients into this into Take Shape for Life, and seeing what it's really about, and that it's about loving on people and community. And so I think that's been a big part of, like, a big game changer in the last just month and a half for David and I.
I love it. Great tip, Susie. And literally just that extra effort, that community that you're building, that's why we have, and Don's going to go over a little bit of this stuff as we get started, but that's why we do all this. So well done. It literally makes the biggest difference. That's why I always tell people what we do is not conventional. It's not like anything out there, but that's why it works, because we're different and we're crazy and we're just a bunch of everyday people changing lives. So we'll love it, Susie. You're a great example. Let's do one more, like anything that you took from just how that you shared with people or something you put right into action from the last few weeks that worked out really well for you guys.
I'll go. Brad?
Go for it.
Okay. Hey, it's interesting with our team. We've seen a lot of people on talking and layering. And so we actually have enjoyed implementing story calls. I don't know if that's, where you want everyone to go, but I'm telling you that it is so fun, because even if we aren't layering one-on-one, it helps people understand what bringing the community together, much like Susie was mentioning, in a very easy way. So it's really a great next level if it's right for your business. But also, I have so enjoyed just celebrating with people in that they are young coaches, baby coaches, with what do you want to share? How can we share? Who do you want to talk with? And we just start the private message thread. So it's been really good. We've had a lot of good momentum and excitement built into our teams.
Awesome. That is so perfect. I love it. Just another great way to get the word out. I love it. It's a great example. So, we do these all the time. It's a great way to utilize this. So that's another thing that we have on the table that's an option for you. So I love it. Anything else? Let me see here. I want to move on to our topic for the day as we wrap up. Anyone else want to share anything else that they've just really done really well for them as far as sharing and some of the stuff that we've implemented this last week? Let's do one more. Guys, I'll call on you. You guys have told me, you guys have private messaged me what's been going well and something you guys did. So don't be afraid to share. Actually, you know what? You guys did it. COC Jamie, you guys had changed some different ways you shared. Go ahead and share what some things you've done, some things you learned from the last couple of weeks.
Hey, Brad. COC Jamie here. Can you hear us?
Yeah, go for it.
Us? No? Okay. We're currently driving, and Jamie's going to kick it off real quick.
So what's been working for us is the group call. So we have group calls with everyone that's on our team on Wednesdays. People to be able to share where they're at, what challenges they're able to overcome, so that everyone on the table is able to learn from other people's experiences. And then, like, a lot of the people that we're helping they currently work for me, so they see everybody on the same, on the same day, and they're able to touch base with each other.
And then another thing that also works great for us is we've been so reliant on our presentation that we kind of overdo it sometimes. And Brad mentored to us and says, hey, just, sometimes you don't need that. You can just go out and just speak from the inside and just tell them, hey, guys, this is what we're doing. We've seen the change in our hearts. You're asking us, what are you guys doing? And then we share openly. And we've gotten so many more clients by just really talking about our experiences and stuff. And we don't even need a presentation, which is so awesome now.
It's just real, like real people, real stories, sharing real life events in our life. So a lot of the things that Brad shared with us, and Antonia and Annie, that's really helped us. And then these calls as well has helped us reach out to a lot more people.
Yeah. And then also, stay plugged in. Always stay plugged in.
I love it. So you guys took your guys' the tips to heart. So just really reaching out to people and helping them have that conversation about their health. Hold on a second. Could you guys mute yourself? All right, can you guys hear me? We're having some internet issues over here. I'm actually going to pass it over to Don now to kind of hit on some topics of client support this week. So hopefully, sorry for the pause there. Let's go for it, Don.
No worries. Thanks, Brad. Gotta love a little technical issues. It's fun. You know what? It just means that we're real. And I love COC Jamie. Love to see you guys in your car driving out doing the do. and helping and sharing tips and stuff. And thanks everyone for sharing so far. So Brad, I'm excited to kind of take us into kind of some tangible topics today. Like we've shared a lot about how to share and what's working well and bringing on some awesome clients and some just the people in our world. And I love that COC and Jamie just hit it on the head. You know, it's sharing from the heart, it's sharing our real experiences. So I'd like to take us into, you know, what that next step is after you've brought on some really awesome clients and the people that you care about, like how to really take it up a notch and provide stellar client support. Because really that is where the magic is in what we do. And that is what is so different with what we do than anything else out there. Because we are like everyone has said, we're like Susie, you said, we're real people. We're real people. We have real health journeys and we're helping people. And so I want to kind of talk a little bit about this. So what happens when you've shared with someone, you found out what they want, it's a good fit and you're getting them started. So we place their order for them. We take really good care of them that way. You're going to send off a welcome email. You're going to welcome them into the support page. So I wanted to say that, you know, the welcome emails, they're done for you. You don't have to recreate the wheel there. There's a generic one. They're probably on your coach support page. If you're a brand new coach and this is all like new to you, just reach right out to your business coach, your health coach, and they'll get that to you. They're probably going to be on that first 3-way call with you as you're sharing with that person. So they'll probably email it to you either as you're talking to that person or right afterwards. But this is really something, you guys, we set the cornerstone in the very beginning as we get someone started to bring them into our community, to set up what they're going to expect from this program and their journey. And it really is the cornerstone of our thriving business. And you've heard us talk a little bit lately about how, you know, everybody knows, well, I didn't know this, but I learned that water boils at 212 degrees. And this is one of those things, this stellar client support that can, just by turning it up 1 degree, can take your business from, you know, great to boiling and thriving, and tons of people becoming integrated and actually joining us, like Susan said, as, you know, missionaries and warriors for health, and helping this, you know, really, really go out there into the communities all around us and helping America really truly get healthy. So sending that welcome email is the first thing we do. Add them into your client support page. So all of you are part of a rocking client support page. This is something that if the people that you're bringing on as new clients aren't already a part of, I find a lot of the people that I get started are already in my client support page because we've already been talking about health for a little while, and I welcome them in there even before they're clients so that they can just be little flies on the wall and actually witness transformation happening. But if for some reason they're not a part of that, maybe they're a referral from someone, I add them in right away and I welcome them. And you know what you can do that's just a really sweet little touch is adding a photo. That's a bonus. Really help people feel welcomed in. And that sets the stage for our community. That sets the stage for what they can expect as part of their solid structure of support. Those community support pages, our client support pages, are of humongous value to our clients. So get them in there, plug them in from the very start, and let them really kind of get started. You know, in that first week. So when I help someone get started and I'm walking through, I fill out their well-being tracker. So now I've got someone, like this happens to be someone whose food is arriving today. It's on the very front of my client support binder. So I actually have a little clip, and anyone who's waiting for their food right there on the top of my client support binder so that I don't forget. That's such a great reminder. I mean, there's lots going on in our lives. We all have, you know, different things we're doing. And this, I know that they're going to probably be calling me. But in case they don't, I've got this staring me right in the face. So I'm not going to forget that their food is arriving, and so that I can set them up for that night before call. And usually, if you're brand new or, you know, getting started kind of really with the team coaching, you might have your business coach on that night before call with you. So we do night before calls, either Zoom or phone call. I can tell you, I'm loving doing a lot of them via Zoom because I can actually meet them. If you know, my coach is available, or I'm doing a lot with new coaches, meeting their new clients. I'd say I'm probably meeting at least half of my coaches' clients coming on just to help them kick the kick it off and get started. But if you're on Zoom, you can actually walk them through that green folder. You can set them up for things. You can show them the quick start guide, just like Patty Glick does in that night before call video. It's great. So that's the night before call. And then you do your days 1 through 4 check-ins. And, you know, I love that because it helps us, number one, set the stage for fabulous client support. They know that they can trust us, that we're here, that we're going to help them. And our first goal is to get them into fat burn. 99% of our clients are, you know, starting in the weight loss phase with the 5-in-1. Some are on different programs, but really the first goal for most people is fat burn. So we get to connect with them each of those first 4 days, maybe 5 days, via call. Zooms are great. You know, if you need to text message them, that's okay too. The point is just be in touch with them, bounce that ball back so that they know that you're there for them and that they can get a hold of you if they need to. And really, we're going to be celebrating them and kind of setting up that cadence and really getting them excited about that day 4, day 5 when they're going to be popping into fat burn, encouraging them as they're starting new habits. And you guys know that as you start a new habit, right? It takes a little while. And so we get to be that person helping them as they're forming these new habits and just with those little reminders daily. So that's the goal for the first 4 days. They're simple, they're short, they're positive. We're looking for clues. You're going to be doing these. If you're brand new, you're going to be doing these with your coach because we team coach. So you're going to be learning little nuances. But I love those first 4-day check-ins and celebrations because I'm getting to learn a lot about my clients. I'm learning about what their typical day is like, about what their work day is like. And then I'm doing lots of celebration calls. Possibly pull in your support team and get to celebrate that they're in fat burn and maybe even down 3 or 4 pounds in their first few days. So really, that's kind of the key for placing their order, sending that welcome email, getting them started, getting them into a solid fat burn, and introducing them into our community. And then once they're in fat burn, we get to transition them into a weekly celebration call. And I have a celebration day. I know a lot of people in our organization have a celebration day. And really, I just encourage you to think about it. If you don't have a celebration day, a set day that you are checking in and celebrating your clients, I just encourage you to do that because that is probably one of the most important factors to keeping this fun and simple and doable in busy schedules. And it's really a cornerstone of a thriving business. I mean, if you don't have a current celebration day with your clients, you're probably making your life maybe 10 times harder. So don't do that. I did it for a long time and it was really fun because Brad was like, Dawn, we need to get a celebration day. You're helping lots of people. I'm like, yeah, okay. When I did that, my life simplified and I was able to help a lot more people and I had a lot more time to do it in. So look at your schedule. The neat thing about what we do as coaches is you get to set that celebration day. So what works best in your schedule? Pick a day, maybe even pick two days with a couple of hours here and there that work great for you so you can give your clients a choice. But either way, set a time to connect with them. And the reason we do that is, yes, it's awesome for us, but you know what? It is awesome for our clients. It provides structure for them. They love that. They love knowing that they can expect your call. I call people on Tuesday afternoons between 1 and 3, and then on Wednesdays between 2 and 6 sometimes. And so people know that I'm going to call them then. So they're expecting my call. I know if I want to celebrate someone that Brad knows when my celebration days are. So it is so simple to just shoot a message off to him and say, hey, I'm connecting with Susie. She's rocking it. She's down 4 pounds this week, feeling amazing. And we know, like she knows when I'm going to be calling. So I can shoot her a message, solidify up a time. And it makes creating those three-way calls and the celebrations super simple, super easy, super fun, and they know what to expect. And really providing that structure and knowing that we are providing great value for our clients and we know what they're working on each week is important. So that's going to be my little caveat there. If you don't have a client celebration day, it's like that 1 degree that will take your business to boiling. Just trust me on that one and connect with your mentor, find a time that works for you and just dive in. And then basically that also helps build community because you can, you show up well in the world, right? When you have celebration days that are set in your schedule, then you know you have so much more time for other things, and you know how to schedule your week, because you know that those times are the sacred times that you have carved out for connecting with your clients. You can also set up times to follow up and things like that. So anyways, moving people into that structure of a celebration day each week is great. And then the last thing I want to leave with is, what do you do on those celebrations? What's the cadence for when I'm calling and checking in with a client and celebrating them? This is what I do. And I love that both Brad and Susie talk about this, but I talk to my clients like their friends, their families. It's like I'm having a conversation with one of my best friends. I'm learning about their health goals, and I'm moving them forward and providing value each week. So the calls are not long. They're between 3 to 7 minutes. Occasionally, there might be a little bit longer call if we're celebrating a whole lot that day, or if they have a ton of people noticing. But I like to celebrate. How are things going on your program this last week? What are we celebrating today? I like to hit what their non-scale and their scale victories are. I love to capitalize when they're just feeling good and there's a lot of energy in that call. I'm asking them, who's noticing? I've got their well-being tracker right out in front of me. I'm writing it. I'm referring, I'll be the first to admit that. And so the keeping track of my well-being tracker just keeps it so simple. So I can remember what we were celebrating last week, where we're at this week, and then what's one thing that they're working on this week? Do they have any events coming up? Do they have anything at work, any birthday parties? And I'm giving them value. I'm helping them through that. I'm layering that. Oh my gosh, I would love to share this with my health coach. He loves celebrating with people. Let me see if he's available. So you can pull someone in on a 3-way call to really have that team coaching and that client story call, that celebration there. Anyways, I just think that that's great, because in those celebration calls, you are really creating the relationships, and that's where you can really authentically celebrate, pay them a compliment, invite them. If you like them, if they have a great sphere of support, if they are having a wonderful time on program, they're seeing results and people are noticing, they are probably a great health coach candidate, and you can invite them then to explore that. So anyways, Brad, I'm going to kick it back over to you. But that's what I wanted to share with you guys today on just providing stellar client support and how important that can be in the cadence of your business.
I love it, Dawn. Thank you for the great tips. I know a lot of people have been asking that question, and a lot of people have brought on so many clients where this is a need in your business. So you can see how this can just create just the ease and the focus of everything moving forward greatly. So thanks for everyone for the tips, and I'm going to bring it back to Susan's great tips. This is the best time of year for people to move forward, and we've just got some really good structured tips, and we've got some great, Sharon, you did some great layering on how we set up calls, and just Susie on community, and so many people on great things. Basically, I'm going to say, who do we want to get healthy this week, and who are some people we should set up some 3-way calls with on your celebration day or your newly developed celebration day? So let's move some people forward. Let's get people injected. And guys, let's keep having an incredible February. This month's already tracking to be our best month yet again. So let's bring out and get some health in people's lives. Great job, everyone. And let's go take on a great week.